You've been breathing since the moment you were born. But what if I told you that you've never truly understood what breath is? For thousands of years, ancient masters, from the forests of India to the deserts of Egypt, have used a specific breathing method not just to relax, but to awaken, to unlock a force buried deep within the mind, a current of hidden energy flowing beneath your awareness, waiting to be noticed, waiting to be released. What if your anxiety, confusion, disconnection weren't flaws, but signs that your inner power is still dormant? And what if the key to activating it is already inside you? In this video, you'll discover how this forgotten breathing ritual, used by monks, sages, and mystics, can rewire your mind and purify your soul. But before we begin, stop for 3 seconds, take a sip of water, and subscribe to the channel. Then, comment below if you're really ready to awaken what's been asleep within you all along. Because once we start, there's no going back. You've been told to chase success, fix your problems, control your emotions, but no one taught you to breathe. Isn't that strange? The one thing you've been doing since birth, the one rhythm that never leaves you, has been completely ignored. Why? Because it holds power, real power, the kind that can't be taxed, sold, or controlled. In ancient India, Siddhartha Gautama, the man who would become the Buddha, tried it all: asceticism, starvation, self-denial, and nothing worked. Until one day, under the Bodhi tree, he did something radical. He stopped seeking. He simply observed his own breath, not forced, not manipulated, just witnessed, in, out, over and over. And with that, his mind fell silent. His ego dissolved, and he awakened. What he discovered became the foundation of the Anapanasati Sutra, the breath-based path to insight, peace, and ultimate liberation. No rituals, no priests, just you and your breath. It's so simple that your thinking mind dismisses it, but it's been waiting all along. The Buddha called it a path that leads to great benefit and great freedom. And that path begins inside your nose, your lungs, your awareness. You don't need to become a monk. You don't need a guru. You only need to return to that which was always with you. Your breath is the only gateway that travels between the conscious and the unconscious, between mind and body, between this moment and eternity. When you learn to observe it without judgment, without interference, something ancient within you reawakens, something sacred, something unstoppable. Most people stay trapped in a cage of thought, but if you stay with me, you'll learn how to unlock it. You'll learn how to break free. So if this resonates with you, if you've felt that quiet pull towards something deeper, like this video and subscribe right now. We're just beginning to open the door, but what's behind it will shake the foundation of who you think you are. Because the breath doesn't just calm you, it transforms you. And in the next part, you'll see how this same method appeared across religions, continents, and centuries, hidden in plain sight. Ready? You may think breathwork is just Buddhist, just Eastern, just spiritual fluff. But what if I told you that every major mystical tradition hid this same secret right under your nose? Literally, in Japan, Zen monks sit in stillness for hours, eyes half closed, back straight, not to escape life, but to face it. They count their breaths, 1 to 10, then back again, not as a ritual, but as a blade to cut through the mind's noise. In Taoist China, masters practiced Shu Shi, the art of breath preservation. They believed the slower you breathe, the longer you live. That breath was not just air, but life force. In ancient Persia, the Sufis inhaled the name of God and exhaled their ego. Every breath was a remembrance, a union with the divine. And in the early Christian desert, monks repeated the Jesus prayer in rhythm with the breath. Lord Jesus Christ, have mercy on me, again and again, until thought vanished and only presence remained. One breath, one beat, one being. It doesn't matter where you go, India, Egypt, Tibet, the Andes, you'll find one unifying thread. Breathe and remember. Remember who you are beneath the noise. These weren't techniques, they were transmissions. Mystics weren't just relaxing, they were accessing states of consciousness far beyond ordinary waking life. Breath was their bridge, a sacred code passed down not in books, but in silence. And you have that same code right now. But we've been programmed to believe that power must be earned, learned, or given. That's a lie. The most sacred technologies are built in, and breath is the first key. Across cultures, languages, centuries, this truth has survived. Because it's not cultural, it's cosmic. It belongs to the human spirit. And now it belongs to you. But don't stop here, because in the next part, we'll dive into what happens when you follow this breath inward, when silence isn't just quiet, but a gateway to the infinite. What you'll discover may feel like dissolving, but it's actually reclaiming. Get ready. So what happens when you follow the breath, not for minutes, but for hours, for days, for years? What happens when you go so deep that the breath is no longer you breathing, but simply life breathing itself through you? The answer is Samadhi, and it will shatter everything you think you are. Samadhi isn't just stillness. It's not peace. It's not bliss. It's disintegration of all false identities. When a mystic enters Samadhi, they don't see visions or hear angels. They disappear. The body sits, the breath flows, but the self, the ego, the labels, the stories are gye. And what remains is consciousness, naked and unbound. You become the breath, you become the silence, you become the void. This isn't metaphor. This is the state that the Buddha entered beneath the Bodhi tree, that Jesus touched in the desert, that yogis described as turiya, the fourth state beyond waking, dreaming, and deep sleep. In Samadhi, you no longer observe the world. You are the world. You feel your boundaries dissolve. Your skin disappears. Your name becomes irrelevant. Thought stops. And yet, you are more alive than ever. You feel connected to every leaf, every star, every heartbeat across time. It's not imagination. It's recognition. That what you've been seeking was never out there. It was this stillness, this breath, this now. And while words fail to describe it, every tradition agrees it is the seed of enlightenment. But let me warn you, it terrifies the ego. Because the ego wants control. It wants labels, logic, certainty. But breath doesn't give you that. It takes you beyond. And that's where the true transformation begins. You don't become someone new, you become no one. And from that emptiness, everything becomes possible. This is why monks meditate in caves, why mystics fast in silence, not to suffer, but to dissolve the illusion of separation. But you don't need to vanish for years. Just sit, breathe, watch, and the door will open. In the next part, we'll see how science is finally catching up. Because what the sages knew through stillness, modern brain scans are now confirming. Ready to see the proof? For centuries, mystics spoke of peace that radiates from silence, of energy that rises through stillness, but modern minds want evidence, proof, and now we have it. In 2011, researchers at Harvard and Massachusetts General Hospital scanned the brains of people who practiced just 8 weeks of breath-based meditation. The results? Shocking. The amygdala, the brain's fear center, shrank. The prefrontal cortex, the center of focus, insight, and decision-making, grew. These were not beliefs. These were physical, structural changes. Breath literally reprogrammed the brain. In advanced meditators, scientists found surges of gamma waves, a brain frequency linked to bliss, insight, and peak cognition. Monks trained in deep breath awareness lit up MRI machines like Christmas trees. Their brains weren't dull, they were supercharged. And here's the twist. These same patterns are seen during near-death experiences, lucid dreams, even psychedelic journeys. But the breath achieves them without a pill, without a substance, without risk. Just air, just presence, just you. Psychologist Richie Davidson found that long-term meditators had consistently higher baselines of compassion, not just in the moment, but as a way of being. The breath was not just calming them, it was evolving them. This matches what sages have always claimed, that awareness transforms biology, that spirit molds matter. So if you've been waiting for permission, for science to catch up, this is it. Breathwork is no longer just mystical. It's neurological, psychological, and real. But you still have to do it. Information doesn't change you. Action does. If you're starting to feel that stirring, that spark, like this video and subscribe right now. Because what we're uncovering is far more than stress relief. It's a biological gateway to awakening. But here's the thing. If breath can awaken you, what happens if you ignore it? What does it cost to stay disconnected, distracted, and numb? In the next part, we confront that reality head-on. The price of forgetting, the danger of unconscious living, and why mastering your breath might just save your life. See you there. Let's stop pretending. Most people are drowning in noise, waking up already tired, scrolling, rushing, reacting. But have you ever noticed how you breathe in those moments? Shallow, tight, chaotic, like your lungs are trapped inside a box. That's not coincidence. That's a signal. Your breath is trying to speak, but you've stopped listening. And the cost? It's higher than you think. When you ignore your breath, you abandon your body. When you abandon your body, you drift into mental fog, emotional chaos, spiritual amnesia. You become a ghost, living in your head, forgetting the ground beneath your feet. Anxiety, it's often not a disease. It's a symptom of disconnection. Burnout, not weakness, just breath starvation. In this modern world, you're taught to chase everything except your own center. The result? A planet of stressed, distracted, easily manipulated minds, cut off from their own life force. This is the hidden pandemic, not the virus in the air, but the collapse of inner awareness. And it starts with something as simple as ignoring your breath. When you don't master your breath, it masters you. You react instead of respond. You spiral instead of center. You survive instead of live. But here's the part they never told you. You can reverse it. You can reclaim your breath right now. No tools, no teacher, just willingness. Every inhale is an invitation to return. Every exhale, a chance to release what no longer serves you. But if you don't, if you keep ignoring this sacred rhythm, you stay trapped in loops of fear, fatigue, and false identity. The choice is yours. Reconnect or keep drifting. Breathe consciously or stay asleep. But if you've made it this far, I know one thing. You're ready to remember. And the next part will show you exactly how ancient teachers used breath, not just to survive, but to transcend. Specific methods, sacred sequences, rituals that open the inner gateway. We're done talking theory. Now it's time to learn the how. Let's go. You've seen the power. You've felt the call. Now it's time to practice. Because knowledge without embodiment is a dream. But when the breath becomes a ritual, your life becomes a temple. This isn't new. For thousands of years, ancient teachers passed down specific techniques not to make you more spiritual, but to make you more present, clear, awake. Let's begin. Step 1. The posture. Sit down, right now, on the floor or on a chair. Keep your spine straight, not stiff, but upright like a tree. Let your shoulders relax. Drop your hands gently on your knees or in your lap. Close your eyes, not in force, but in trust. The world can wait. Step 2. The arrival. Take a deep breath in, through your nose, slowly and gently. Hold for just a moment. Now exhale through your nose, slowly, fully. Again, inhale. Feel the air touch the inside of your nostrils. Hold, exhale. Release any tension. Let yourself settle. Right here, right now. Nothing else exists. Step 3. The counting breath, Zazen style. Now we begin to count. Inhale gently and mentally say 1. Exhale. Say 2. Inhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Continue up to 10. If your mind drifts, it's okay. When you notice it, just return to 1. This isn't about perfection. It's about presence. Do this cycle 3 times. Feel the shift. Feel the quiet return. Step 4. Drop the count. Return to sensation. Now stop counting. Simply sit. Breathe naturally. Let your attention rest at the tip of your nose. Feel the cool air enter, the warm air exit. Feel your belly rise and fall. No judgment, no control, just awareness. If thoughts come, smile at them. Then let them pass like clouds. Each time, gently bring your awareness back to the breath, back to this moment, over and over. This is meditation, not escape, but entrance. Step 5. Lengthen the exhale, pranayama wisdom. Now gently begin to make your exhale longer than your inhale. Inhale for 4 seconds. Exhale for 6 seconds. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 6. This activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the healing mode. Do this for 5 more cycles. Quiet, slow, sacred. Step 6. The inner doorway. Now, place your attention on the space between the breaths. That subtle stillness, the moment right after you inhale and right before you exhale. Hover there. That gap is the gateway. The sages called it the doorway to the timeless. It is silent. It is still. It is home. Now take a final deep breath in and exhale slowly through the mouth. Open your eyes. Gently return to this moment. But listen, something inside you is not the same. You've just taken the first steps into the oldest ritual on earth. Not with incense, not with temples, but with you. Because you are the temple, and your breath is the prayer. But we're not done. And remember, this is just the beginning. These ancient techniques run deeper than words can describe. That's why we'll soon release a dedicated practice video where you can experience each breathing method step by step, guided in real time. If you want us to release it sooner, comment below. I want practice. Let us know you're ready to go further, because the breath is infinite, and so is your potential. In the next part, we'll go deeper into a direct experience, a 5-minute guided breath meditation that will let you feel all of this, not just hear it. And after that, you'll never look at your breath the same way again. Let's stop thinking. Let's stop searching. Let's just be. This is your time. No one else. Nothing else. Just you and the breath. Find your seat. Sit comfortably. Spine tall. Hands relaxed. Eyes gently closed. Let the world fall away. Now, Take one slow breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Again. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Feel your body begin to soften. Now return to natural breathing. In and out. Don't force it. Don't control it. Just witness. Feel the air enter. Feel it leave. Notice where you feel it most. Nostrils, chest, belly. Just rest there. No need to change anything. Now we begin counting. Inhale. Count 1. Exhale. Count 2. Inhale. 3. Exhale. 4. All the way to 10. Then begin again. If the mind drifts, gently return to 1. There is no failure here, only return. Let go of the counting now. Just observe. Notice the pause after each inhale and the stillness after each exhale. That space is where the mystery lives. Stay in that space. Now deepen the breath slightly. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 6. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 6. Breathe like this for 5 cycles. Feel your body soften. Feel your mind quiet. The breath is doing the work. Now let go of even the breath. Just sit in presence. Just be. Pause 15 to 20 seconds of silence in video. You've just entered the inner temple. This is the place the world forgot, but you just remembered. Take one final deep breath in and let it out slowly. Gently open your eyes. Notice how you feel, not just in your body, but in your soul. This is only the beginning, and in the final part, we'll unlock the real reason this practice works, not just for monks, not just for mystics, but for you every single day. The breath doesn't just change your state, it transforms your life. Let's finish this journey together. You've breathed your way through silence. You've touched the still point within. But now comes the real challenge and the real gift, bringing this practice into every single day. Because meditation isn't a moment, it's a muscle. You don't wait for peace. You practice peace. You don't chase clarity. You create it, breath by breath. Every morning before the world rushes in, sit, even for 2 minutes. Feel the breath. Let it anchor you. That simple act, done daily, will start to reprogram your nervous system. You'll notice it in small ways. You pause before reacting. You feel more centered in chaos. You return to the body instead of getting lost in the mind. This is how awakening works, not through lightning bolts, but through ritual. And breath is the ritual that requires no tools, no temples, no beliefs, only presence. When you honor the breath, you begin to walk differently, speak differently, think differently. The people around you will feel it, even if they can't name it. Because you are no longer radiating stress, you're radiating stillness. And that stillness is contagious. It spreads to your family, your work, your world. This is the hidden revolution, not outside, inside. So don't wait for the world to slow down. Slow down first and watch how the world responds. Breath is not just survival, it's spiritual alchemy, turning chaos into clarity, noise into knowing, and time into timelessness. You've already begun. You've already shifted something. Now your only job is to return again and again and again. And soon, returning won't be effort. It will be instinct. And when that happens, the breath is no longer just air. It becomes intelligence. A teacher, a friend, a mirror. So keep breathing. Keep remembering. Because in the outro, we'll seal this journey with one final insight and a powerful invitation that could change your path forever. Don't miss it. Now you know. The secret was never hidden. It was just forgotten. The breath was always there, waiting. Waiting for you to listen, to trust, to return.
And now, it's yours. So don't stop here. Make this a daily rebellion, a sacred habit, a quiet revolution that begins inside and ripples outward, like this video, if it stirred something in you. Comment below and tell us how you felt. And if you want more tools to awaken your ancient power, subscribe to Mystica Nexus right now, because this is only the beginning. Your breath is no longer automatic. It's intentional. It's divine, and from this moment on, you'll never breathe the same way again.